Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. The reason that I'm here is because I've been thinking about the things that are in our way as far as making a change in our lives. And I keep notes on them so that I can share them with you. I want to share the notes that I've taken. Maybe these have been some of the same thoughts on your mind. Then they go like this. Is QAnon any different than the deep state? Is the deep state? Yes, it is represented as very evil. Is evil by QAnon any different? Evil is evil. Pain and suffering is the result of evil. QAnon could be the brother of the deep state. QAnon is that which they claim to detest. Their true effort is in pursuit of leadership. QAnon and deep state are different sides to the same mission, one and the same. QAnon conspiracies are tearing through evangelical America. Now, this is simple to understand. How a people could take another's land, put another into slavery? Yes, this is the substance of deep evil stateness. The truth is absent violence. Violence is the evidence of the absence of truth. Ukraine violence is a representation of QAnon and the deep state, or should I say QAnon or the deep state? Which do you say? Perhaps humans have proven that they are evil, that they are QAnon, and that perhaps it's time to end the human existence. But to NATO, there is something admirable about caring for the rescue of others in need of help. And you don't have to be a member of first responders to be entitled to the help. What would the world look like if Putin is boss? All that exists today is their mark. The USA would be only a little better. For sure, the entire human population is corrupt, but violence is not the solution. Defeat QAnon by becoming righteous without violence. You see, the right believes that the left is the problem, and the left believes that the right is the problem, and violence is the commonality. Now, the left and the right are both guided by evil, like Republicans and Democrats, both controlled by evil. Neither has a solution. The world is ran by evil, left and right. Again, neither has a solution. Everything that is being portrayed in the world is happening somewhere. Different things in different parts of the world. Bad things and worse things. It seems as Earth is a place we come to find out who we are, to make a decision, righteous or evil. Humans, like other domesticated animals, are only a sum total of what others determined that they are to be, through their education, through their indoctrination, and through their training. Only the miracle work of truth can free a person, who then has an obligation to walk and live reflecting that truth daily by living free from the dictates of evil over all things. This production becomes the body of Christ, the so-called church that judges evil by making changes to produce life, to produce joy, to produce love. And this will be done by many, but rejected by evil. As long as Trump and Putin, China and Korea, guys like this, there will never be an agreed heaven, an agreed peace, an agreed prosperity. It will take everyone, that's you, all of us, who are hustled, who worked hard, and did the best that we could do. Some did all right, others not so good. But nevertheless, victory is our aim. It is assured that no one's pain and sufferings on our human family caused by men of ignorance should continue. We are confronted with all kinds of things. Now, I mentioned there that the problems have always worked in at least two numbers, two denominations, whatever you want to call it, always an opposite. Black and white. I just stopped there. Colors are got their opposites. Then you got men and women. You got good and evil. You got God and you got man. And it seems that in the human experience, that things just stay bad, stay bad. And the things that people look at as being successful is that which everybody aspires and only a few can grasp. Not that it can't be done, but there's a restriction, there's a plan put in place, there's an some maze set before them that says no, and everything else. And I conclude that this basically is because, as I have said many times, that God is invisible, that the world is made by an invisible power that we cannot see. And all existence is done so by an invisible power that we cannot see. And for some strange reason, man has this ability to believe that, I guess, he made himself or whatever. No, he didn't make himself. Man either came from a bang, a man evolved from a frog or something. Well, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, could very well be the problem. What it is, ladies and gentlemen, is that whether we were evolved from the bang or the frog, or whether intelligence put us here, to live requires the same thing. And there is no living unless we respect the process. And I'm going to say the process without going through all this other stuff, because QAnon is not our solution. Democracy is not our solution. We can play a part in democracy about certain things, but it is not the solution to life. In fact, there is an understanding that all things were made. Oh, I keep hating to say this, I get so tired of saying it, and presented to those who can use it for the things that it can be used for. We can use all the stuff that God has given us to create heaven or hell. Today we're doing it to create hell. And my mission, and others perhaps, is to tell you, to inform you that we can have what we want without listening to men. We have to listen to a power outside of ourselves. Now, when I'm talking to you, I'm not a preacher asking you to give me your money so I can get rich. I'm telling you to stop giving your money to the preachers. I'm telling you to stop giving your allegiance to a system that says it's okay to cause pain and suffering. But you just can't do that if you've been taught something different. I want you to know that the way to eliminate these things are to understand that they do not have to exist, that they exist because of a deceptive plan designed by another power other than the real power to use you to benefit them. Oh my God, you were made to live. Look here, when I go to the store, I see people in the grocery store stocking stuff. I see people at the cash registers. When I look at them, I be saying to myself, they don't know that they can look forward to a fantastic life doing the jobs that they are doing. They can look forward to having homes, having access to education, unlimited, unrestricted, have access to health care to the rest of their lives, that they can have transportation the way they desire. Oh, I look at them and it just blows my mind. They don't know this, and I want them to know that. You're working hard. You don't. What you're looking at right now, you're saying that your future is not here. You know you want to do something better, but you don't know where and how that's going to come. I want you to know that every job is important. And the way the plan was designed by the master, it doesn't matter the job. The job really is supposed to be held by people who get the greatest joy from doing that job. So if you're not getting your greatest joy, you're being robbed anyway. Now, having that job, getting the greatest joy, gives you access to all other things, and you don't need any money. Just think about what you can do if money wasn't in your way. Think about all the things you dream of doing one day when you don't have to worry about money. I want you to know that it has been designed that you can start doing that stuff today. And you don't have to be sitting up killing babies. You don't have to be sitting up killing old folks, people in nursing homes and people in hospitals trying to prove that you some bigger than God. I found myself sitting here today and I was listening to some situation where people call in 911, where people have been shot or they're calling in asking for help, get there quick, and they're doing stuff. They're getting CPR instruction. They're doing it, and I'm sitting there listening to what had happened to kids. And the tears, it's just blowing my mind that none of this stuff have to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, look, the leadership is not going to make the change. It's going to require we the people. Now, what I want you to do is this. I want you, if you listen to this video, to share it with your friends. You don't have to subscribe to it if you want to, if you don't want to, because I understand when you subscribe to something, every time they post something, it be coming to your device. And I post something sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, and I know you don't really have time. It's all good, but you don't have, that'll just frighten you unless you're really into it. So just, share it, listen to it. And another thing you can do, if you can just drop a little flyer, maybe you can just copy them, and here and there every now and then, maybe you can drop one on a car or something, or somebody you might be passing by. Invite people to check out what we're talking about here, because we're going to need people to understand that yes, you might be poor, you might be living in the ghetto, you might be homeless, you might be sleeping in a tank, you might be sleeping behind a garbage can and getting your food out the garbage can. Today, that might be just the way you're dealing. But I guarantee you, they say don't swear, but I swear before the living God that everything I'm telling you is absolutely true. I'm telling you that it's true. And I'm not the one that's doing it. I'm not God. I'm not the devil. I'm not the one that's going to do anything but tell you the truth. And once I can get the truth to you and you can recognize the truth, and we start working together for an outcome that produces what we've been talking about. Hey, baby, it's there. Look, I was listening to something about Bozo today. Bozo, what? Amazon. They started talking about how he started selling books and how he started dreaming about the, I'm not going to knock Bozo. Bozo's cool. But just think, if Bozo did that for making money, just think about what that could be done for the world, for the purpose that it is. If take away making money from it, just take away that. Now, if it serves any other purpose other than making money, just think about how beneficial it could be to the world. And if he's using this money to go to wherever in space, talking about everything is growing, so we're going to have to won't have space on Earth, we're going to have to go someplace. Just think about how much faster, how much quicker it can be when the whole nation is for it. Basil, if he's the man with the dream, fantastic. But we are the country that supports the dream for the purpose for which, if we agree, it is being done. Look, right now life is hard. Your house is falling down. Your cars are raggedy. You need some tires. You can't afford the gas because the price is so high. All of that is because we're following a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that is the way it is, but it is a lie. What I mean by it's a lie, it's deception. It's got us believing that this is the way of life, but it is not the way of life. It's the way of death. The pain and suffering, the antagony, the agony that we go through. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, think about your children going to school. Ain't nobody stealing them. Nobody trying to rob them. No doors all locked up. Nobody's afraid of what's going on in the outside world, because we are one, working together for the common good of one, which is we. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I talked long enough. I really didn't plan on talking too long, but sometimes I just can't shut up. However, if you got some problems, feel free to comment. Ask some questions if you desire, because I declare, ladies and gentlemen, I've been to prison trying to get your attention, just to let you know that what I'm telling you is worth me taking a risk. That if you don't listen, I go to prison. And I knew you weren't going to listen, but I had to take the step to let you know that one day going to come when you can know that I took the step. I took the steps years and years ago, been to prison several times, been to jail several times, taking steps. So when this day comes, when I tell you how important it is that this message that I'm giving you today has always been, at least to me, for you, that the history says it is supported by the fact that I have been to jail and prison for your benefit. For your, not mine. I know what I'm talking about is true. But I did it so when I tell you this, and I tell you that I supported it by going to prison, I didn't go there and try to rob you. I didn't go there and try to get some money, make my, ask you to support my cause so I can be a big shot, put money in my pocket so God can bless you. I didn't tell you that. I didn't try to rip you off on this. I didn't ask you for nothing but to tell you that God has given you everything. I don't play no Trump. No, you don't have to do that. You know what? No. Now, people try to say Jesus Christ never existed. Well, the story does. They say another big, wonderful dude supposed to be doing some good never existed. But they respect it every year. So I don't care if Jesus Christ existed or not. The message does. And the message is a wonderful message. And it's good enough for me to put some bones and some meat, some black meat on that kind of spirit. Some me on that spirit. Let that spirit be inside of me. That story that never existed. Put that story inside of me. Put that story inside of you. Put that story inside of you. And let's do something, all right? So next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.